What did you do? Leslie. What did you do? Sing along. Leslie. Soon to be a tune. Oh, perchance already? Perchance already is. Perchance already tis. Perchance tis already. Got there in the end. It's early doors here, isn't it? I wonder what numbers we'll get. Let's oh god, it just shot up by 18 people. Lovely. Let's say hellos. Let's get some hellos in before the riffraff turn up, because it's the early doors that have the better sperm. Let's just have a look what we got here. Hello, Steve. Good to see you. Nice one. Oh, hello, StreamYard. Nice. Thanks for coming. Hello, Steve. Good to see you. Liberty LSU. John Palmer. Digging that one up from the past. What's that? I've got to sort out the colour, man. I can't. I'm a very pale, anemic child. But I ain't that pale or anemic. I've seen that Kajettel. I'll deal with that very shortly. That's a very early door donation, Tati. Marciano Capruscia Parfo. Right, we'll have a bit of that. And we'll have a little wipe of the hand and see if we can turn something. Ah! Maybe a bit less of that. There you go. That's acceptable, isn't it? Yep, lovely. Nice one, John. Hello, Kajettel. Leden's on the firm. Hello, mate. When is this show? Well, when's the show going to start? When's it going to start? That's the question. Oh, start. No, the show will start shortly. Hello, Wolfie. All right, Brad. Yep, it's going to start very, very shortly. No worries about that. What's the name? Hello, Ben. You all right, son? Who else we got in here? Hello, Ian. Good to see you. Jeremy. Hello, Jeremy. Holiday. Just you can't miss the first word out, Dangerfield, just because you want to refer to yourself in the third person. Bizarrely, happy holidays to everyone in or out of lockdown. Lockdown, schmockdown. I can't see it lasting much longer. What? You're off your head. These authoritarians have got us under the thumb. Yes. That's why people are going to start moving away from being under the thumb. That hope, that positive thinking. Now, I will later in the show, once it starts, I will be distinguishing between hope and positive thinking. They're different things. Nice to see you, though, Jill. All right, Jill, you all right? Baz, lovely to see you, Baz. Eldritch, hello, Eldritch. All right, Cron. Nice to see you. You fitted in lovely over here. Yeah, it's going to start not far from now. All right, Emma, how are you, love? Good to see you. What else we got in here? Hello, John. Hope you're all right, son. Hello, Glenn. Mark's on the firm. Son of Max is here. Wonderful. Who else? Just Sean. My man. My Sean. Nice one, Kajettel, for the 109 knock. Doors of Griftation. Busted, Look, he ran at them. And they were there just big and brutalist. Boom. Came through and busted open. God Joel to all the scrubs. Well, good Joel. I'm guessing that's good Yule. Is that sort of like, is that Happy Christmas in your own lingo? Nice one, Kajettel. Much appreciated. Been very thin on the ground lately. I get it. And so this is Christmas. And the donations have gone. We'll fight on it. 6 hours streaming. How incredible is that, though? I knew that the donations were low because they have been for the last few days. Oh, the mysterious JC done me a nice bullseye. But I was enjoying it so much yesterday. This is why this stream's starting early, because I want to do more than an hour, but I want to get on with my novel, and I should have been doing that yesterday. And there's more dramas at work. The staff have got COVID. 600 customers ain't got anything. It's a nightmare. But positive thinking. I've had to do it. The acceptance, the gratitude, the good things in life. Hello, Alan. How are you, son? Rags. Without Rags, by the way, people, there's very, very little show. Rags has been helping me no end. With very little glory, honestly. He's a lifesaver. Hello, Livy. Nice to see you, Livs. All right, William, you all right, son? Planet X is on the firm. Grego. He's trying to get rid of all the riffraff. Failed. Packer. Hello, mate. Afternoon all. Miss Packer here, enjoying 2 weeks olds while Packer... Oh, so it's not Eric Clapton, it's the lady. Well, say what you want. You shouldn't have said that. You could have absolutely really freaked everyone out by Packer being really weird. That's a little bit of mischief. Nice to see you, love. How nice is that? Your other half started watching this idiot in Cambodia, and now you can't get enough of it. Did you ring him up and go, how do I watch that fool? Nice to see you, though. I hope you're all right. I hope the little one's all right as well. Lovely. Who else we got? They're all turning up now, I think. Hello, Leon. Nice to see you. Ian's over there with the sword of Damocles over on. You don't want the sword of Damocles at the ready. I mean, I suppose it is if you're a Twitch moderator. I suppose you could spin it somehow. All right, Hayden. Nice to see you. Leslie. D. Oh, D. Leslie. I'll work something out. Anyway, Brad says a lockdown wasn't a real thing here in Southern Ohio. Yeah, it wasn't really a real thing here. It's kind of weird. Hello, Ledden. I think I've already said hello to you. Martin. Hello, mate. H8KU. Hello, Kings. I like the sound of that. What a lovely way to come in. Hello, Skin Scar. Took the day off. Are you still feeling it a bit? What a night, though. So jealous. You know, that was my manor, you know, as it has been yours for a while. But, you know, I just know what those nights are like. You know, that you get your cheeks ache through smiling. You get in the French house. You're in good company. It's a nice place. You step out of the French house, and as soon as you get out into the air, you're like, oh, God, I'm this pissed. Because when you're in there, it's kind of like hypnotic, and you're just, yeah. And when you suddenly get out onto Dean Street, you're like, oh, gosh. And then you've gone round to Greek Street, you've gone down Trisha's, and like you said, you got home at 5 a.m. And they're great nights, though. You know, you take trophies home, not trophy women, but, well, occasionally. But certainly trophies of good conversations and good fun and strange things happening. You know, that's the beauty of Soho. It's unpredictable. It's conversationally unpredictable. No, I loved it there. Absolutely loved it. Hello, Keys to the Kingdom. All right, I'm not going to do any more hellos. Hello, Pags. All right, Manny Moo. Hello, Carl. Nice to see you. I'm not going to do any more. And then just does. Hello, Melvin. Jeff a cake. Right, otherwise we'll be here all day. Manny Moo, nice one for that. Call-in idea. Scrubs childhood stories. You know, I'll get in all sorts of trouble. Dangerfield's now getting them to tell them about when they had a bath when they were 4. Dirty bastard. Fucking hell. If this is our nationalist leaders, what? Eh? It ain't a bad idea, actually, John. Ain't a bad idea. I'll tell you what. When I've got a bit more time and it's an early morning stream, we'll test the water a bit with it. I mean, a few people will probably answer here. But, you know, it's just, will people feel under pressure to be funny or entertaining? But, yeah, I can see that working, actually. I can absolutely see that working. Thanks for the donation, John. Lady Clapton. Baz, do, what do you do? Well, no, that ain't even the lyrics, is it? What did you do? Hello, Christopher. Nice to see you. IJB, who's here? Well, the firm, the Scrubs. Hello, James. Nice to have you, though, IJB. Hello, Pax Max. It bloody wasn't bloody Roachford. It was invented yesterday. Oh, Lord, you get a sword on Twitch, not a banhammer or spanner. Well, either way, strike them down when they present themselves, because they tend to on Twitch. Imagine just being on Twitch, going from stream to stream that you don't like and saying sexual things because you're not getting any action. Chris is lurking. That's all right, though. Nice one. Hello, Adsack. How are you, son? Nice to see you. Well, hardly see you. Hello, RMF. Good to see you, man. It certainly is. And the thing is, you actually meet them. The French House, Trisha's, Jerry's, the Colony when it was there. No blasting music where, I can't stand going out when there's loud music. All right there. Yeah, no, how are you? What are you doing at the moment? What? No. I want to go somewhere where I can communicate with people. Now, if there's live music, that's slightly different because, you get the choice. But yeah, those nights out and people are not only willing but eager to talk. And they're also eager to talk to people who don't agree with them. They've always been the best conversations I've had in Soho. And it was a real moment for me. I started drinking in the French House when I was about 23, and as a regular. And I realized that you could have political differences and debate them, and that was all right. Almost like what politics is meant to be. Strangely, and you don't end up going, you can't. No, you can just and the people who used to drink in the French tended to be of a high IQ and very well educated, and I was certainly not well educated, and a lot of the time I learnt that humility just to say I don't know, and then listen to someone else and then give me the full story. And I thought, this is like reading. If you actually don't, if you go into a conversation not looking to win, that's one of the worst things you can ever do. If it's like a broadcast debate and you're doing it for political activist reasons, okay. But in a boozer, don't go into it to win. Go into it to learn. And I realized that you can do that and to have the humility to say, I don't know. And it was an amazing moment and something I should have been taught at school. But, state schooling is a fucking joke. So there you go. No worries, Cron. I'll have a look at it. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, but nearly is not the same as having, Oh, Soho, isn't it a den of inequity? It's just, it's a good place, but there's many Sohos. That's the thing. I've had people say they went to Soho for the night out and it was rubbish. And I'm like, yeah, that's how we like it for the tourists. We like that Soho for you lot because we go to places that you don't even know exist, and we like to keep it like that. Anyway, no more hellos. The show's going to start shortly. There he is. Oh, guess what? I went out. I bought 3 Galan earlier, but I was looking for one of those disposable barbecues. I've got 2 ribeyes here, and they're gonna be past it by tomorrow. And I was looking for those fucking disposable barbecues because my missus. When I went up there, when I went to the province, I took a load of frozen ribeyes up and we barbecued a few, but she kept one back. And yesterday she sent me a little video of her barbecuing it. And the difference between how I cook it and barbecuing it, I was like, oh, I'd love to barbecue those ribeyes. I had a little zoom around town, but no joy. And, the best I can do is show people pictures and they're like, nah. I think what I'll probably do is try and find a tin of some sort and just get some charcoal. You can get charcoal's easier around here, cheap as chips. Get some charcoal, nick the thing out of the oven and just pop it on top. When I was living in a squat in Bethnal Green, we used to use a shopping trolley as a barbecue. I tell you what, if ever you need a barbecue, anyway, hello Anglo, nice to see you. If ever you need a barbecue pretty rapid, just go and get a shopping trolley. get it home, turn it on its side, done. That's it. You've now got your barbecue. I mean, you need to get some coals and that in it. You need to get it burning, obviously. We did actually go to the bother of angle grinding 1.5 once, but you don't really need it. The easier thing to do is put a platform at the bottom so you can lift it up a bit. You have to get rid of the plastic seat and all that. Hello, Maynard. Good to see you. I hope everyone's okay today. Yeah, I reckon people are. The real Vincent Griffin only missed 12 minutes. Well, the show's going to start shortly. I think I might open the doors of Griftation officially. Hello, Hair in the Gate. Just got back from walking the hounds. I was looking at those Doggo Argentinos today, Hair in the Gate. If we move out to the provinces, it's either a shooter or a couple of them. You can get them out here. You can get those Doggo Argentinos. I've already made contact with someone who sells pups. The absolute state of schools. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. There you go. That's exactly what I said, isn't it? Yeah, there's the tourist Soho, and there's the one. You have to earn it. You have to earn it. How do you earn it? People always say to me, "It's all over. Soho's finished." No, it's just become a little bit more under the counter because of people like you, snob. But you have to earn it. How do you earn it? By communicating with people, talking to them, being interesting, being engaging. And that's when the booze are shut, they say, "Oh, do you want to carry on? You want to come out drink with us lot?" And they'll take you round here, down an alley, and you'll think, "Where the fuck are we?" And there'll be a little door that looks like an old woman's house or something, and they'll just go, "Bring!" You'll be like, "What the fuck?" Down some stairs, round the corner, up here, down. And because you're half cut, you'll never remember it again. That's also part of the plan. And you'll get somewhere and think, "Fucking hell, has this place been here for like 500 years? And you'll meet some of the most interesting and peculiar. Essentially, we would call them, what would you call them? There's eccentrics. And there's nothing like an eccentric when you're out on the lash. Hello, Lee. Nice to see you. Pig ears. Looking after Ian. It is, Billy. It is. I mean, it used to be the red light part of London, but it still is. I lived there for fucking eternity. I loved it. Absolutely loved it. Dennis, I see you got that photo of when you came to the Scrubs. It wasn't a Scrubs meet up then, was it? I don't know if it was. Hello, Vincent. Hair in the Gate asks a very interesting question. Is this the morning or afternoon one? Put it like this. It's the last one. Because I desperately want to get on with my novel. I'd done some work on my novel yesterday. Didn't have enough time to do as much as I wanted. Really got into it. Remembered how brilliant it is. Like, sometimes I'll open it up and look at my manuscript and I'm like, this is shit. Any creative will know this. If there's anyone in the chat, like I know there is, who writes music, paints, writes books, anything. You the same manuscript, the same painting, the same bit of metalwork. One day you look at it and think, this is jank, man. What an absolute waste of time. The next day you might look at it and think, this is amazing. And yesterday I had a look at it and I told you I edited a few thousand words, and I was thinking, this is quality gear, man. I'm very proud of this bit of work. And yes, it has taken years, but I think part of the reason it's taken so long is not knowing if it's any good half the time. The other half of the time, I think it's the best thing I'll ever write. But a lot of this will make sense once you read it, because it's not like a normal novel. It's Squatter. It's 1,000 stories and no stories. So, RMF says, I just Googled it. Turns out the shopping trolley barbecue is an action. Yeah, no, without a doubt. I've done it loads of times. I didn't know that it was, I didn't know it had got to Google. Let's say and search, shall we? Let's say in search, shopping trolley barbecue. Same search. We'll go straight onto the images. Oh, there you go. Oh, they've done it. Oh, no, we didn't do it like that. Yeah, that's how we... Oh, no, that's a bit... None of these seem to have gone for the way we went, but I'll show you some of them. Here, I'll share it with you. But yeah, I mean, this is quite a clever one. I'll give these 25 points. See what they've done there? They've got another shopping trolley and just tucked it in the middle of that one. This was more like our one. This was kind of what we done. But we didn't have a nice circular well. But that was more... Oh, hang on, that's a bit more like ours as well. But yeah, there you go. Shopping trolley barbecues. I didn't know it was like this widely... I mean, why wouldn't it be? Because it's obviously a cracking idea. I mean, look at that. If you could get hold of one of these ones, oh, you're absolutely laughing. Chop it off here, both sides. Drop that down into there. I mean, that you've got the lot with that one. Get rid of the plastic, obviously, but drop that main drawer down into that one. Yeah, let's do it. Let me show you what I mean. Hang on. Whoops. We can be gone with that. Right, so what I'm saying for this one is we'll cut this, get that bit, we'll cut that out like that, we'll go down there, we'll go down there, we've got that bit, we'll cut that and put that over there, we'll get this, we'll cut a line along here like that. And we'll use that to get rid of the plastic. There you go. A little bit up there. Right, we'll find our other bit. We'll grab hold of that. And then what we have to do, we have to cut all of that out. Hang on. I can probably do better with the airbrush tool here. I hope you're enjoying this, painting with Nancy Kaminsky in it. Look, yeah. Right, we make the airbrush a bit bigger. I mean, you've absolutely nailed it if you've got one like this. We'll get that hardness for the hard edge. There you go. So we've chopped that off. Nice. And then we get this bit, get hold of that. And then basically... drop that bit down into there, and you have got your instant Barbie. Perfect. You've got your coals obviously under that top bit. Yeah, nice. Very nice indeed. You could even probably, some of the bits you cut off, you could probably rack across here as a little place to keep it warm, and here's for the cooking. I mean, there you go. I mean, that's what you're here for, isn't it? That kind of quality. This is, I mean, the show will start obviously shortly, but I like to think I've taught you something. Nice one, RMF, looking for that. Right, we've hit 100 viewers. Let's get the doors of Griff Station out. Hello, Rob Attrell. Nice to see you. All right, let's get this sorted. Leslie, what did you do? What did they make you do? But to you, Leslie, what did you do? Leslie, yeah. Nice one, John Francis. Dropped €7 into the doors of Griff Station. Took the risk before they were opened. Perchance he stood affront them and said, "Open sesame." I'll deal with that. Una memento, Mr. Francois. It's not his real name, by the way, Francois. It's just a little pet name I use for him. You know, why not? Right, the doors of Griff Station. Do that. Do that. Stop that. Put that there. Put that there. Put that there. Wait, slow down, you. I've got a bit of a sore on already, and I can you hear it. That was 6 hours streaming yesterday that caused that. Right, all right, hello there, people. Hi. This is how you can support this channel with a few quid. You can become a member of the channel, top link in the description, 3 different strata, live streams for those people. Might do the heroes on, what day are we on today? Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. And we get the people on the screen for those live chats, for the private streams. So you can become a member. £1 a month, £4 a month, or £7 a month. So you decide. If you do the top one, you can watch all the private streams. Do the bottom one, the bottom 2. The bottom one, just the bottom one. Super chat. That's the $sign at the bottom of the main chat. That's handy. If you want to donate but not give anything to YouTube, you'll notice that I've pinned the entropy link to the top of the YouTube chat, if someone could confirm. That's also a nice one. Some people use Subscribe Star. It's like Patreon, but they let you say what you want, which is weird these days. And I want to thank my Subscribe Stars. I've only got half a dozen of them, but thank you very much for that regular monthly donation. It's much appreciated. This isn't my full-time job. I wish it was. I wish it were. But I do put a lot of energy, time, and research and passion into it. So I do appreciate a few donations. Over a month, it spreads out quite nicely, and you're a very generous bunch. And I also realise Christmas is coming, and the goose is getting COVID. So I can understand that it's been a bit thin on the ground lately. But absolutely wonderful to have you here. And that's the doors of Griftation. So the show will start very shortly. You lot are chatting like beagles. Hello, Mark. Good to see you. Hello, Cat Squatch returns. He's got another one. Hello, Shane. In fairness, Rob, I think it is, and I think you're saying that properly. Yes, I think Emma's agreeing. I mean, if you've got a few steaks in the fridge or anything. And you've got a bit of lucky sunny weather. It's like, let's have a barbie. I don't know. We ain't got one. Yes, you have. You can even ride it home. The junkies riding around Dartford on the shopping trolleys. They used to grab them out of the water because they'd have a pound coin in them, and they'd take back a trolley. There'd be about 5 of them with a trolley each, just soaking wet, rusty, moss and shit hanging off it, and they'd get them all to Tesco's or wherever and just try to clunk them in so they could get the quid out of them. But of course, like those homeless shopping trolley racers I showed you the other day, when it got to going over the bridge, they'd be riding them. I mean, watching junkies ride shopping trolleys is hilarious. Let's just have a quick look at what Jean-Francois said, because that's always nice. He's a OG scrub. Always turns up. Lovely fella. Nice one, John. He says this. Hello, Merry Christmas. Here is €6.66. You naughty bugger. I know that's the number of the feast. Yeah. Cheers, John. Machano Caprusci Tutti, and a happy Christmas to you. I hope you have an absolute cracker. I hope you all do. I mean, we're getting there, aren't we? We certainly are getting it. No, you get all the plastic off, mate. You get obviously you get the plastic off. Right, where are we? Hello, Mouse Cat. Nice to see you. Hope you're all right. Oh, excuse me. No entropy link pinned. That's bloody weird. Well, I can see it. Can you see it now, Billy? God, I've got something horrible in my eye. It's what I can see when I look at the wider picture. Hello, Vincent. Right. Hello, the Dave Empire. Have you read Will Self's? What's it called? I can't remember what it's called now. The Book of Dave. Before the show gets started, you've got plenty of time, son. Don't worry about that. Before the show gets started, I'm a long-time scrub under another name. Hi! I've started a new channel doing art projects. I'm after some new subs. All right, well, here's my advice to you, the Dave Empire. Don't ask me to shill your channel until you've got a load of videos up. Here's why. I could do it now, and 20, 30, 40 people will go and give you a subscription. But if there's nothing there or one thing there, they'll never go back. And I know that through previous experience. You know, I've been helping people out with their channels for years. Wait till you've got 4 or 5 decent videos up, because although they'll subscribe to you, when your things come up in their recommended, they won't have a reference. So I would suggest to you, get at least 5 videos up, then email me with the link, and then I'll shill your channel. And I reckon I'll get you at least 60 subscribers. But you've got to get some content up. I'll do it now if you want, but it's better. You're better off waiting. Really, it works better. It has more impact. Because if I shill it now and then shill it again the second time, it'll be a bit like, oh, here's the Dave Empire again. But if I can actually watch the content, then I'll say, no way, it's amazing. I saw blah blah blah, and I'll actually sell it for you. You're cool though. Hello, little bullet. Nice to see you. Marzipan's on strike. Striker. Thank you, Rags. Vols wants to know if you're getting lazy with the like button. Right, where are we? The show is about to start. Hello, Mousecat. I know I already said hello to you, but I didn't get your thing on the screen, and you deserve a bit of that. What was that? Someone just mentioned my Substack. Hey, this is interesting. So I wrote to one of the people that I had 3 or 4 people leave my Substack who've never done that. I've never had anyone leave. Now that's pretty good going for what has now been about 6 months, I imagine. You know, some of my things have had, I think, 5,000-6,000 views. That last story seemed to piss people off, and mainly women. And one person who I've known for years, long-time viewer, keeps kind of quiet, a lurker. And bless you, you know I'm talking about. You might be here now, or you might watch this later. Oh, yeah, and I want to say a special thanks to the people who watch these shows when they're not live. You know, I'll get about 400 views for the duration of this show, but sometimes I get up to 1,000, 2,000 later. So thanks for doing that. I know it's not as much fun if you can't catch it live, but thank you for watching it. But this person I'm talking about said, I'm a long-time fan, and I know she is, but she said sex on drugs is just a bit too close to home. And that's a really interesting response, actually, especially, I won't go into this too long because it's kind of interesting to writers and no one else. Well, that's a bit presumptuous, actually. It's a bit grandiose, in fact. Because with that story, I knew that was what I was having to tackle, and I wanted the story to be about the woman. Even it was almost like a not a sketch, like an exercise. You know, there's some. I don't want to ruin it for anyone who hasn't read it, but there's obviously the big event in it. There's obviously the drug taking, but there's the big event. You know what it's all set around. But I wanted it to be about the vulnerability of beautiful women in dysfunctional societies. And when someone says it's a bit close to home, I think I failed. You know, not you can't win with everyone, and you can't expect that. But I think that's a failure, because I would have hoped that someone who that was a bit close to home would have perhaps, and this isn't in any way me suggesting they didn't read it right, because that's insane. You know, they read it how they read it, and that's all they can do. But I think in that respect, I failed, because I would have hoped, you know, I know that females would have read that and identified with it, but I wanted it to be sensitive. You know, I wanted it to be understanding and sensitive to women, in that vulnerable women around drug addicted predatory males, and maybe it didn't come across like that. So, you know, and that's why I always say leave a comment, even if it's not positive, because if there's something that you didn't like or didn't think worked, that helps me out. So strangely, those people leaving have made me have to think about being a little bit more aware of those particular parts of my stories. There you go. Why am I getting messages from work? I told them I'm fucking streaming. Got all sorts of problems at work now. It's going mad. But positive thinking. Ow. Chris, could you shill the Urba Derba show tonight? I'll be chatting with him. The show will start soon after 9 p.m. UK time. What, you want me to shill the excellent Urba Derba show because you'll be with him soon after 9 p.m. UK time? No, I will not. Give me some more details. At what, YouTube? Oh, I don't think he's on YouTube anymore, is he? Where is it? How can we find it? Put it in the Scrubs lifeboat or something, and then I'll have the link. And of course I will. That'll be very interesting. Nice one for the donation, Al. Get us a few more details. Billy and Mike, I'm on those. Don't worry, people. The show's going to start very shortly. All I can think is it just me, or is anyone else sitting there with Leslie? What did you do? Going through their heads. Thank you, Al. Get me some more info, and we'll certainly share that. And remind me towards the end of the stream, because that usually has a little bit more impact as well. Mike Collins drops a 10-bit, and Ayrton Senna. I've just worked this out. Nice one, Mike. It's much better for me, as the new meme that I've seen going around says, because they take less and you don't give anything to YouTube. Thank you, Mike, who's just worked out entropy. And Billy Blogs, thank you, Billy. Are you familiar with the broken windows theory? I think it works for trolley bandits too. Do you return the carts to the collection points, or are you a menace to society? Well, I'm not familiar with the broken windows theory, but we'll have a look. We do a bit of say and search around here. The broken windows theory. But no, the carts don't go back because they're wrecked after a barbecue, but you use them again and again and again, and then you throw them back in the river. But sometimes you take them back if you're skint, and junkies are skint, because you get the quid back. I mean, in Dartford, I've seen more than one blatantly barbecued trolley back in the racks because someone wanted the quid back. Thank you, Mike. Thank you, Billy. Let's have a look at the broken windows theory. Here we go. In your own time. Broken windows theory proposed by James Q. Wilson and George Kelling in 1982, that used broken windows as a metaphor for disorder within neighborhoods. Their theory links disorder and incivility within a community to subsequent occurrences of serious crime. Subsequent, even. Broken windows theory had an enormous impact on police policy throughout the 1990s. Perhaps the most notable, and then it goes on talking about it. Broken windows are a metaphor for disorder. The theory links disorder and incivility within a community to subsequent occurrences. Yeah, but where I've ever seen broken windows, most of the crimes have already occurred. I mean, Oh, what's that horrible housing estate that's gone now? South London, southeast London. Begins with a K. I mean, every other window was put through. But no, I don't think I ever took one back. Billy says drug addicted predatory males, aka left wing comedians. Well, certainly some of them, but not all of them. There's a lot of drug. When you say drug, when I say drugs, I also include alcohol. And there's a lot of predatory alcoholics out there. There's a lot of predatory drinkers who go out regularly just to prey on vulnerable women. And I don't think their politics comes into it at all. There you go. Hello, Kevin. Yeah, things are good, man. I'm a little bit shafted. I'm trying to manage my life a bit better to get more time on the novel, but then life comes along and kicks you in the ass. Work is getting tricky. Hello, Jays. Good to see you. But I'm all right, Kevin. I'm all right. I can't complain really. Bit of acceptance, bit of positive thinking, which we'll get on to when the I was getting that feeling in. The Urba Derba show is on Odyssey. There you go. So I thought it was. So have a look over there. What time, Al? 9 o'clock, did you say? Hello, Dr. Rube. Hello, Deadly Ratter. Nice to see you. Big G. If you break a window, other windows will be broken. Yeah, I think that's kind of the idea. If places go downhill, they continue to go downhill. Yeah, there you go. But shopping trolleys are your community's already gone downhill if you got shopping trolleys. Do you know used to be a trolley dolly? Harry, TRUK. The geezer who's now making an absolute fortune out of crypto used to be a trolley dolly. And I laughed at him, and then I thought, hang on a minute, why am I laughing at him? And he said, no, I just wanted to earn some money. So, got down and done it. Fair play to him. When I said what southeast London estate is a shithole, Nick Fullerton, hello Nick, all of them. Not Kensington. Kensington ain't a shithole, is it? No, Kidbrooke, I'm thinking. There was a terrible estate on Kidbrooke. What was the name of it? It was just every other window was gone. There were still people living there. Hello, Moslab. Nice to see you. Yeah, I think that's a fair point, actually, Pags. If you leave them there, more crime comes. It does make sense. They are absolutely, Kevin, the Ferrier. Did you ever get up there? I used to get up there scoring. Fucking hell. What a dramas that place was. Horrible. It's gone now. It's gone. I got rid of it. And I'll tell you the other one that's gone. The one that Kubrick filmed Clockwork Orange on the other side of the train station in Abbey Wood. That's gone. I mean, it was a masterpiece of failed brutalism, and it's absolutely gone. Hello, mate. Oh yeah, the old Twitch numbers are getting up. For the Twitcheroonies, there's 120 of us over on YouTube, but it's nice to see you waving the Twitch flag because much like the broken windows theory, if there's a few of you there might be a few more of you there soon. Nice to see you, Xris7. You all right, Shane? All right, 9 p.m. 9 p.m. Odyssey, UK time, Urba Derba, and he's got Al Mac on. That should be an interesting show. Hello, Brandon's whistling BP. Good to see you. All right, Gaffney. Pags used to dolly the trolleys in Tesco's on Moseley Hill. Good Lord. Well, yeah. I mean, I sort of laughed at Harry, and then I had the utmost respect for him. If you're going to do a shitty job, do one where they don't you know, get in your ear all the time. All he had to do was push trolleys around. Yeah, all right, thanks for the money. And now he's having the life of Riley, going all over the place. John Francis has been at Moseley Hill. Nice one. Big G says that's the same place they film Misfits. What? The one in Abbey Wood? It was a nightmare. Here's the thing about it. I mean, I've showed it before on this channel, but I'll show a couple of people again now. Not the Ferrier, but the one in Abbey Wood. I mean, it was so convoluted. You know, it was all like hexagons, and it was like a human beehive on acid. Now, here was the problem, and the old Bill told everyone this, and it was sheltered housing. It was everyone on welfare. No one went, oh, that's where they filmed Clockwork Orange. I mean, Kubrick's foresight was amazing. When Kubrick used it, it was like the new, wow, look at New London. And no, it was hell. And it was a horrible, violent, drug-ridden hellhole. I remember one of my mates was found hanging, and when we went round his house afterwards to nick everything, the door where what was in front of where he was hanging was covered in fucking fingernail scratch. Yeah, bless you, mate. I hope you're all right wherever you are. Let me show you some of that estate. But here's the problem, and this is what the old Bill used to say. No, not all the new photos. Oh, come on. Where's the proper ones? What the fuck? Maybe if I add South East London rather than... I didn't see any of those conservatories there. Yeah, let me grab you a couple of pictures and I'll put them in the old photo. Paint Shop Pro Volume 8. The problem with it was, if you were about to get a bust, like you're scoring and the old Bill would suddenly appear, you could run in like one of like 40 directions, and they couldn't catch you because there was just too many weird alleyways and all. I'll show you. We have seen these before, but it's such a iconic. Well, it's gone now. It was such an iconic place, and you know, once you've got into junk and you end up over there, you're like, fucking hell, you know, if there was there ever a more appropriate place to have to end up scoring than this absolute shithole. Loads of pop videos have been filmed there. It's right next to Thamesmead, which is another shithole. I'm just trying to get you some interesting photos so you can see the problems. And imagine actually living there. Oh, man. Right, I think that's a suitable amount. And when it first went up, I wonder if I can find a video. There was an old trailer. It was called something like a town for tomorrow. I wonder if that's still about. Town for tomorrow. Hang on, where is it? Not Cumbernauld. Town for tomorrow. Abbey. It was called the Lesnes Estate. Lesnes. Was it the Lesnes Estate? I know there was Lesnes. Oh my God, I found it. This one is a bit more about Thamesmead, but let me just flick through it and see whether it's got any of... Oh my God. Is this a documentary or the original video? Hang on.
Plants. An industrial wasteland, a blasted marsh.
This is someone absolutely taking the piss out of it. Should we watch a bit of it? I'll show you. Don't worry, people. The show's going to start in a minute. Let's have a look at some of the pictures first, and then that old advertising. It was called A Town for Tomorrow because I've seen it before. Because I've obviously looked into this. Because I mean, this is shot at night. But come on, look at all those. Can you see all those alleyways and slopes? Where you see those windows, they're houses. And they're flats, by the way. You only get one floor. Yeah, that's nice. right? So that was even with nice photographic lighting effects. Have a look at this one. Look, yeah. That lake, you see, that man-made lake. I don't know if you can see my cursor there. That's the one in A Clockwork Orange that he throws his droogs in. But it don't look like that. It didn't look like that when I was going over there. It was it was full of shit. It was, you know, it was just like plastic bottles, and you know, you could barely see the water. It was evil. Yeah, and those houses, hang on, let me just point it out to you again. Those flats, sorry, if we zoom in. So that, see my cursor there? That's one person's house. Those 7 windows you can see there, or 6, that's one flat. So this one's another flat. But it's just got all these weird alleyways. That's a stairwell there. Oh, mate, it was a gruesome place. Dangerous, violent, riddled with, you know, everyone went over there to score. I mean, look at that. That's even been taken artistically. And it did look like that. And you want to know what all, if you can see my cursor, you want to know what this all is? Nothing. They're just like walkways and stairs. You have to go up these stairs and, but of course, if you're scoring here and the gathers come down this way, you can just rather than, you know, it was almost like they made a place to send you mad and make dealing of narcotics easy. I mean, look, help us out. There's no place like home, is there? Look at these little front gardens at the bottom. That's their front garden. Look, that little concrete wedge. But that's your house. That isn't. That's someone else's. That's someone else's. How's that looking? How's that looking? You want to set up home there? Now I'm going to show you one in a minute, and this is Tavi Bridge. Oh, not this one. Yeah, I'll show you this one anyway. I think we might have just seen it though. You can see all these sort of weird pavements in the sky angles, like, you know, these little stairwells here were just full of crackheads. Right, but I want to show you. Right, you've already seen that one. Ah, bollocks! I didn't get the one with the. Oh, it doesn't matter. You've seen enough of them. You get the idea. Let's have a look at this. So, A Town for Tomorrow I've seen before, but this one would appear to be a piss take of it. But I want to get it past the Thamesmead bit. Thamesmead is a hellhole, don't get me wrong. But this is like a response video, I'm guessing. But it looks quite interesting. So let's have a look at a little bit of it. The show will start shortly. Keep those donations coming in, please. Happy Christmas to you too. Here we go. So we'll start it there, and I'll just skip through it and see if we can grab some interesting bits.
It's a shopping centre, a health centre, schools, higher education, places of worship, even a marina.
Have we the public house at all? Oh yes, there's a sizable public house there, and then another one to there.
So what the bit they've just been talking about that I've fast forwarded to, the thing about this estate was, and Thamesmead, you didn't need to leave it. It had everything you needed. The school, your school was there. The playing fields were there. The library was there. There was a couple of boozers. One of those boozers was called the Barge Pole. No. A dangerous place. The Pikey site was just across the road from the Barge Pole. yeah. And but the thing was, very quickly, all the green areas, no ball games, no, can't play there. You can look at it, but you can't do anything there. They all went to shit. They all got overgrown. Those nice green lawns in the drawings ended up just being scrub land. Absolutely disgusting. Nice one, Skin Scar, Machano Prashatata. And you know, it was like, this was A Town for Tomorrow. And it just came out of the ground. There was no history, nothing. It was not connected to anything. And the problem is the interesting thing. The problem with it was what it thought was the solution. that you didn't need to leave. Now, Tavi Bridge, which is where Whatever Happened to the Likely Lads by, what was Doherty's band? I can't remember. The Libertines, that was filmed there. A couple of other pop videos. It was like 2 high-rises and all those other fucking human beehives. And in this, as you'll see in this video, yeah, you've got pubs, you've got the community centre, the youth centre, you've got this, you've got the lake, you've got the swimming area. Yeah. No, after about 2 years, that Tavi Bridge area, fish and chip shop, off licence, bookies, pharmacy, laundrette. That's it. I mean, just think of the people who can live in that kind of place where all you've got is a pharmacy. No, sorry, I missed one, a mini mart. You've got a pharmacy, a mini mart, a fish and chip shop, a bookies. Did I say pharmacy? And whatever the other one was. Just your real basics for very low down the social strata. It was hideous. Thank you, Skin Scar. Appreciate Tutu. Thank you, Billy. We'll get to that in a minute. Oh, no, we won't. We'll have a look at that right now. Let me just see what this is. Well, these ain't so bad, to be honest with you. Oh, that isn't. I think I've been there. Hang on. We'll have a look at those in a minute, Billy. Nice one for the donation. Billy's sent some pictures of some brutalist architecture. I mean, brutalist comes from brute, doesn't it? Raw concrete rather than brutal. But people often make that mistake. But we'll have a look at them in a minute, Billy. Nice one for the donation. Anyway, have a look. Let's make a bit more of this.
It would be big, bigger than the City of London, all constructed to the highest standards. The danger of flooding on the former marshland would be mitigated by putting housing.
So there you go. There's the pictures I was just showing you. And when it said all built to the highest standards, the stairs were made out of plywood and things. You know, you spill a glass of orange juice, by morning that step on your stairs is like a wibbly wobbly way. It's just it was a shithole. I'm sorry, shithole.
Above ground level.
Hang on a minute. You've got an echo because thank you for the echo. I haven't got my cans in. Let me just sort out the audio. 1 second. Thank you for telling me. Let me just get paired and connected. Paired and connected. Right, we should be all right now. Let me just check here. Press a few buttons. I don't know what I mean. Right, here we go. Let me know you've got audio, please. We'll go back a bit for context. Thank you, Fraser. In 1967, at the Montreal's World Fair, check out the new way of living. Habitat 67, a cement box-like living. If you got time, check it out. Hang on. Habitat 67. Habitat 67. What else is it? Montreal. See if I can see anything. Oh, mate. Yeah. Oh, my fucking God. That's like this place times about 1,000. What? Right. We will good call, Billy. Good call, Fraser. Thanks for the donation. We will definitely be having a look at those in a minute. Good God. Well, yeah. Although, we'll get to them in a minute. But that's a great call, Fraser. Thanks for the donation. A nice one on that. Have you got audio? Lowest standards. Yeah, and all the bottom bricks got soaked and it all started falling down and bending. Look at that town for the 21st century. Look at that. Oh, lovely. I can't wait for the 21st century to arrive. It's called Suicide. Yeah, you can't. That was what I was saying about the problem with this place being the solution. The idea that you can contrive a community. That it was intentionally cut off. You don't need to leave. Why would you want to leave? You've got everything here. Now, all you people on welfare, all you people that don't work, all the people who ain't got a fucking pot to piss in, get in there and drink yourselves to death. Oh, by the way, the junkies will have moved in by the end of the week, so have a nice time. You still can't hear it, no? Right, hang on. I'll have to take it back a little bit. We won't go. Right, let me start again. Lord knows. Oh, I don't know. What the frickin' hell's going on? Right, bosh. Let me check this. Ching, chang, chong. Right, let me know if you've got audio now.
Above ground level.
Right, did you hear him say, good thing, ground level? Sorry, people, that's terrible. I've only been doing this like 6 years, so let me off a little bit, eh? You got it. Here we go. I won't interrupt with what I just already told you. Just add it over.
In the words of the Greater London Council, a town for the 21st century.
That's what I was saying to you lot. Look at the town for the 21st century. Oh, you can imagine them in the 1970s rubbing their hands. Oh, look at that for the 21st century. Get me as far away as fucking possible.
With so many housing experiments of the 1960s, there was a philosophy at work.
Suicide.
The idea was to create not just a place to live, but a community. High-rise blocks of flats had proven to be a poor solution to the housing problem.
You can't make communities like that. You can't contrive them. You can't just build a village and say you're all a community now. Especially when you only put in it all the people who can't afford to pay their own rent. It's ridiculous. No one chooses to live in these shitholes.
Badly maintained and havens for muggers. Residents had been decanted from streets their families had occupied for generations into buildings where they knew.
So they took people from communities and gave them a new community. Yeah. I mean, how dumb is that? How dumb is that? We're gonna smash this place down because the investors want to build a big shopping centre here. But don't worry, we're going to redistribute you all around the country into new communities. In fact, we're going to call them communities. You'll be dead by the weekend.
Nobody. They were closed in, lacking in facilities, a place to put people out of sight and out of mind. Thamesmead was to be different. The emphasis would be on...
Right, so those pictures I showed you were the sort of arse end of Thamesmead. And Thamesmead was meant to be different. And if anyone in the chat grew up or knows anything about Southeast London will tell you that along with Kidbrooke, which is only 20 minutes up the road from Abbey Wood and Thamesmead, Abbey Wood is Thamesmead, really. It gets a bit complicated. It's a fucking shithole. Anyone in the chat who's ever been to Thamesmead, give me a 1 if you agree with me, or give me another number if you don't agree with me. I'm telling you, it's just junkies, alcoholics, criminals, ne'er-do-wells, muggers. It just an absolute failure. Little Bullet, at least you're getting all the sound teething problems out of the way before the show starts. Boom. Nice one, Bullet. Well, that's how I like to run it here. We have this kind of introductory phase. You cheeky bugger. Well, here we go.
on low-rise housing built from modern materials.
That looks lovely.
Pedestrian
Look, there you go. There's all those mad alleys. See you later, copper. And most of the dealers were like 12-year-old kids on their BMXs, so they were gone.
would be separated from busy roads by elevated walkways. Lakes and waterways would create a pleasant, calming feel to the place.
You could not see the water in that. The last time, like I say, it's all gone now, but when I last went there, you could not see the water. It was just shit. Just real poo.
There would be more green space per inhabitant than anywhere else in the city.
Which they left to go all brown and fall down, and you weren't allowed to play on it, and it was just full of needles.
Relatives of already existing tenants were to be given priority on the housing lists.
And they all said, "You're fucking joking, eh?"
Association.
John, full of trolleys. Absolutely. Right, we'll skip a bit on from this. Yeah, this is the actual estate I was just telling you about. Look at it.
Some architects I could name.
Lovely.
Peter Smithson.
Lovely.
In 1969, the modern designs won the Abercrombie International Architectural Award.
I mean, the absolute gall of these people to give that an award, an architectural award. Now, don't get me wrong. It was amazing to look at. Like the pictures that, who was it? Billy or Fraser sent them? It was Billy. The pictures that Billy just sent me, and which we'll look at in a minute, much like that estate, it was quite something. You look at it and it's like, fuck me. But people actually live there. People have to exist there. And I'm telling you, even as soon as you arrived there, it felt dangerous. It felt hostile. It didn't feel open. It felt daunting. You know, and you felt dirty. And when you got out of there and got across to the train station, you were like, oh, thank fuck, another, you know, and I I was there for my own mistakes most days. And it just left you feeling just suicidal. But architects, well, look at this interesting use of space. Look at the dynamic shapes. All right, let me see your fucking house. Let me see the fucking detached manor house you've got on a big farmland with a fucking lake and that. Yeah. Why don't you try spending a couple of hours in one of those houses, you cheeky bastards, giving out awards for that. I mean, there's more footage here. Look at the awards. Oh yeah,
How could it possibly go wrong? Well, obviously, that's a rhetorical question.
Look at it.
If you've never heard of Thamesmead...
And you see that pipe there, you see this bit of piping, there's parts of, well, again, it's not there now, but there was parts of that estate where you'd suddenly just end up in like what you'd think was an underground car park. And you'd look around and there'd be tubes, like, you know, 2.5 foot across that were obviously some kind of venting or something. And it was just red hot, like, and you think, where am I? And this is why Kubrick used it for A Clockwork Orange. You'll think, this is hell. Where have I just strayed into a nuclear processing plant? Just gross, man. And they give out awards for this shit. Well done, Jeremy. Well done.
You might still recognise it from A Clockwork Orange.
There you go.
The title of the film reflects the theme of the story that you cannot impose mechanical order onto something organic like a person. Which is...
Right, you see that place there? I've got my cursor on it. That, at one point, was like I think it was called Lakeside. It says it there. And it was like a restaurant, a fucking restaurant. Look at it. Look at it. It looks like a telephone exchange. It was like a restaurant where you could look out over the lake. Now, that image there is probably about a day after they built the place, because when my mother took me and my brother there once, because we had friends who lived in Belvedere, again, it was just hostile. It just felt like hell. And that lake wasn't like that. That fountain weren't working. It was just full of shit.
Exactly what Thamesmead and other such housing projects invariably tried to do. I don't know if director Stanley Kubrick had this in mind when he...
Oh, no, without a doubt he did. Of course he did. He never thought, oh, this will be lovely. Yeah, we'll just have a look at a bit of footage here, and we'll drop this one out because I'm probably a bit more interested in this than you because I know it. But let's have a look at some of these
Result
images.
was that the estate was vertically bisected. People didn't feel protected but isolated. The road level felt like a bleak no man's land, quite unnerving even by day.
There you go.
The place became a criminal's paradise where all sorts of antisocial behaviour could
Look
go
at that,
unobserved. Fly tipping, littering and vandalism became commonplace. Junkies and muggers would hide out in stairwells.
There you go. As I said to you, and he nailed it. That was a great word, unnerving. And he said it even in the daytime because there's places in there where it's like midday and you're walking around and then you take a left, you take a right, and it's just there's no light. There's no light at midday, and you're like, why are we underground? Are we underground? Are we road level, or where the fuck are we? Why is there no light here? Award-winning. There's a myth that goes round about that estate. The myth is that when it was designed, and this is a lie, by the way. This isn't a lie, but it's a myth. When it was designed, it was all given the go-ahead, but then the funding got cut, and they said we're still going to build it, but we're gonna make everything smaller by a third. And so if your room was if you had a 12-foot room, that was now going to be 8 foot because you lost a third. And then when they built it, the architect who built it was like, and killed himself. I mean, that didn't happen, but the reason that myth spread like wildfire is because it was almost like a viable excuse for why they'd actually go through with something like this. I'll take it back a bit for context because I like the way he basically has said what I just told you.
Social behaviour could go unobserved. Fly tipping, littering and vandalism became commonplace. Junkies and muggers would hide out in stairwells and on walkways. As was so often the case, maintenance was neglected. Let's not let
neglected. Yeah.
The local authorities of Greenwich and...
Look at that. How does that win an award? It looks like it's just been toshed up the day before. What is that? What is that? What? Oh, we've got a few sort of fake blocks here. And then we're going to have a little T bit here because that's nice. Look at this little detail here. I mean, why bother blending that in when you can have that hideous little edge? And look at this little gap here. Why? What? Just because you didn't measure it or something? I can't quite work out what the fuck's going on.
Bexley off the hook here. When the estate was built, potential residents were carefully vetted, which is a little creepy now I come to think of it. But this process was soon abandoned. Local authorities used Thamesmead in the same way that they used so many other estates, as a dumping ground for problem tenants.
There you go, and that's exactly...
Let's figure it out.
Exactly what I said. That's where you went. When my missus Gail, remember Gail, when she applied for housing benefit and she wanted a room on the government, and she had mental health issues that went on for years, very serious ones. They said, "Where would you like to live?" And she was like, "Oh, Greenwich, Blackheath." And she got the thing back and it said Abbey Wood. And she just went, nah. And so that's what those places were full of. People with mental health problems, people with addiction problems, people who were written off ever from working, people with health issues. They just dumped them in these places. And how do you think that's going to turn out? What a way to treat your people. What a way to treat your own people. Thank you, Matt D. Much appreciated. Good day, Chris and Scrubs. I hope you're all getting excited for Santa. Sort of. We're looking at hell on earth at the moment. But I hope you're all getting excited for Santa. By 1990, we were shown this as how not to build something. Oh my God, no way. What, you actually were as... Are you talking about in general, or were you on like some kind of course? That's very interesting. Nice one, Matt. If you could confirm that, I'd be very interested. Look at the old chat going all over the place. Hello, Jeremy. Nice one for that. All shops closed for lockdown in Holland. Go buy a beer. Fucking hell. Madness. John, thank you, Jeremy. John says the state hates us. Well, I think they're indifferent to us, John. I mean, that's the problem. If they hated us, at least we could probably sort it out. But we're just parts. I know it's a cliche, but we're just collateral damage to their insatiable need for power. Thank you all very much for the generous donations tonight. It does fill me with energy, and I think I'll do a little bit longer than I at first suggested. when the oil is coming in, the grease does go somewhere else. Right, this is what Fraser sent me. Or was it Billy? Damn, I've got to get this right. Hang on, let me get it right. Billy. Right, so check out these ones. I'll grab a couple of photos so that we don't have to see them stupid. Good find, Billy. This is Habitat 67 in Montreal. And again, it's much what we just looked at. Probably won awards. What a surprise. There's a Guardian article about it. They're probably saying, the delicious sides, the wonderful shapes. It would appear there's only one photo of it. Oh my God, there's one from above here. And much the same trick. Get as many people into as little space as possible. Fuck their quality of life. They're only humans after all. If they can't afford a decent house, fuck them. This looks like hell. It looks like much the same thing, but 2.5. Right, I've got a few pictures of this. So this is Montreal, people. And, oh my fucking gosh. The size of it. So, that's a great call. That's a great call, Billy. What's that about? I don't need that open anymore. Right, so have a look at... Oh, someone's just joined the firm. Who's that? I think I know who that is. Nice one, Jeremy. If you want to join this channel, it's a nice way of supporting it financially. Top link in the description. Private streams for members, and they're very funny. We get everyone on the screen, and no one's technology works, and no one says anything, and I just sit there really awkward. All right. I'm in marketing, yeah? Thank you, Jeremy. Nice one, mate. So have a look at this one. This is, what's it called again? I can't remember. Hapta 67. Hardly matters. This will blow your freaking mind. Let me show you it from above first. I know you can't see anything yet, but I want you to see it from above because I think it looks quite promising in a weird way from above. Yeah. So there it is. Look. Much like the Abbey Wood. Oh, look, there's a river there. Can you see my cursor? Look, there's a river or something next to it. Oh, look, there's trees. Yeah, and that is it. That monstrosity there. I mean, at first glance, it looks a bit like that place, I think it's in Spain, where they do all the parkour, and it's actually beautiful. But when we zoom in a little bit, hang on a minute. Who lives? What's this for? Is this housing for robots? This is not for people, no. This is where all the robot workers are going to live. Check it out. It gets worse. I don't want to reveal too much. I want it to be a. Get in there! Oi, you! Get in there! Get your screaming kids in there. What do you mean you're not happy? Look at the size of those windows. Why is it, Mommy, Daddy, why is there no windows? Because they hate us, darling. Look at that. Look at the fucking that. All right, it gets worse. Hang on. All right, you've seen that one. Seen that one. Anyway, have a look at this. Look. Welcome home. Jesus. You know, some of these architects, you know when you hear the likes of Kai Maros and that saying that come the revolution, the professors from universities will be paraded around towns with placards around their necks explaining their crimes against humanity. Yeah, I reckon there should be a few architects in there as well. Look at the fucking state of it. I mean, look at the windows. Look at, if you can see my cursor, look at this little building here, right? So let's assume, and I am only assuming, that this is one property. Hang on, look at these two in the center, yeah? Look at those little one windows. Oh, help us out. So I bet the suicide rate was off the fucking scale. Couple more of that place, hang on, yeah. Oh, just wake up, open my curtains. Oh, that again. Shitting Ada. Again, the gall of these people. The show is going to start shortly. The gall. We're going to put humans in there. It's very kind of you. I mean, you just look at that. Look at it without the nice lighting. Notice that lovely lake from above is actually a 20-foot drop. Look. That's not like a little lake you can paddle in or go out on a dinghy. That's a lake that people jump off. RMF says, to be fair, if they finished off the facade of the building a bit better, it would be good. I could not disagree more. It's not, because the facade is on the outside. You've got to live inside. They're tiny little boxes. Even if they weren't tiny, you can't be piled up like that with other humans. It's just not a nice place to live. It's claustrophobic. There's so much darkness at the lower levels. It's horrific. You could do those outsides with stucco and like they do in Spain, and it would still be a disgusting place to live. Get in there. Go on, get in there. Look, they've done up the outsides of those ones. I mean, can you imagine actually what it's like in those rooms? I reckon each of those little blocks you can make out about 12, 13 foot across. What you're essentially looking at there is a load of bed sits stuck on top of each other. Good gosh. Dennis says it looks like a piss decaying mothball cake. And there you go, people. That was a bit of that was the architecture moment. Oh, actually, I think I got rid of a load that Billy or Fraser. I've confused those two, haven't I? Hang on. Let me grab one of these up because these didn't look too good. Hang on. Oh, don't do that to me. Don't make me look at that. Hang on. There's not a lot of them, but there's just this one. This is a place called Petralka, Eastern Europe's largest communist housing development. Look at what the communists want for you. Have a look at this. So this is Europe's largest commie housing development. Check this out. Now, if any of you have ever lived in a high rise and you only need 2 or 3 of them, it's horrible. It's just hell. They're dangerous. They're imposing. They're unnerving. That's when you've got 2 or 3 high rises. Have a look at this place. Check it out, man. Oi, proletariat, enjoy. Fucking hell. Fucking hell. Imagine how dark it is. Unless you're facing the sun coming up, you ain't getting any sunlight. Look at the size of that. Well, John, when you say worse than a terraced house, yeah, I think so. I grew up in a terraced house. It was absolutely lovely. RMF said, I have 14th floor in Greenock, junky shithole. They all are. Moslab, talking about communists. They are a happy bunch, just shines through in their architecture. Look at that. Now, let me show you. Let me just get you some pictures of something that isn't much different in some respects. I'm trying to find something that's sort of like where I grew up. These are a little bit bigger than where I grew up. But I grew up somewhere a little bit like that, right? They weren't quite that wide because I suppose maybe. And it was bliss, absolute bliss. Everyone in the street knew each other. Everyone's doors were open all summer. Lovely. Now that is not an expensive, ostentatious, that's not where architects live. That's where proletariat live. But they were fine. They were very, very nice. Anyway, there you go. Oh, good Lord. I lived in the basement floor flat in New Cross that had bars on every window. Got robbed 8 times in 3 years. Yeah, I know the estates in New Cross that you're talking about. They've all got bars on all the ground floor doors and windows, haven't they? And they're not little bars. It's like being in prison. That place is fucking horrible. And there's that big estate just up in Peckham Rye as well. What have they done to us, people? Anyway, the show's going to start very shortly. I'm going to show you a clip before we go anywhere else. To anyone who's new here, lovely to have you. I'll try and stream twice a day, so subscribe if you're not subscribed. Hello, R-Pizzle. Nice to see you, mate. Oh no, without a doubt, I'll be in a terrorist. Poke the bear. I loved my street. I absolutely loved it. Of course, it's been enriched now, and I fear for my mother because they're already causing problems. Who'd have thought it? Who'd have thought that would have happened? A road that she's been in for 60 odd years, gets enriched, the problems start. What a surprise. You can't call the police, though, because the police are like, yeah, but, we have to be careful with, They actually said that to my mum. We have to be careful with, And my mum was like, okay, Nice one, Willow. Have a look at Hong Kong's Kowloon walled city that got pulled down 3 years ago. All right, then. I think I've seen this before. We're going to have to get off the architecture, though. Because otherwise we'll be here all night. Oh my God, there's a good call though. Oh, right, let me get a couple of pictures of this wrapped up. Fucking hell. I mean, it actually gives a little bit of credit to what RMF said about the exteriors, because it doesn't quite have the blandness of I don't know if this is quite as this is quite interesting because I might be changing my mind on what that one. Oh I have a little bit of a fetish for things Asian. Okay, very funny. Yeah, let's get that one out of the way. So these, I mean, at least these are largely windowed, most of them. But here, this is interesting then, people. Thank you, Willow. This sort of throws a spanner in the works to an extent. Thanks for the donation as well, mate. Have a look at these ones, people. Tell me what you think of these. So this is Kowloon's walled city that was brought down apparently 30 years ago, I think Willow said. So have a look at this. Fucking hell. Look at it. But a lot more glass for a start. A lot more glass. Those, those houses are sort of, they seem to be more glass than concrete. We'll have a look at another. There's one picture that doesn't, this one doesn't do it much justice. And I imagine that's the same photo as the last one, but during the day. And that looks like shit. All right, a couple more. I quite like that one though. I don't know why. I'd quite like to live there. I think I'd quite enjoy one of those. It's like the Leaning Tower of Kowloon walled city. But this just looks like a Venezuelan prison. Look at it. Fucking hell. Home sweet home. Good call, Willow. They were interesting. Right, okay. We're moving away from this. Now, I'm going to show you a clip that sorry, I've just got to check some work messages. Apologies. But I'm waiting for something. I'm waiting for some news, and it doesn't appear I've got any. Okay. Yeah, I'm going to show you a clip that I have watched so many times today. If you follow me on Telegram, you've probably already seen it. But it's there's some. Well, I'll show it to you. It's obviously been filmed on a phone. It's a bit sketchy, but check it out. And I will show you again, slowed down, so worry not. So I think this is in Italy, I'm judging by the flags. Right, so I'll take that back so you can see what happens. So this bloke here, see him? Now, he's obviously looking a little bit aggro, I'm guessing, towards this copper. But he's not doing anything. He's allowed to walk. And then if you move it forward a bit, they seize him. Mate, look, he's walking off here. And then that copper grabs him. And, maybe he's a ringleader or something, and they've decided to take him out. But he makes a bit of a sprint for it. I mean, the copper's got him round the neck, the back neck goes in with a bit of aggro. But he manages to escape. Now check the absolute Chad on this. Now, I mean, if you get nabbed by the gathers, he's got his hand around his neck, the other one comes on, you manage to escape, I'd be like, right, time to get home, I'm on their radar now. And he just thinks, no, fuck you. This is my country as much as it is yours. If anything, it's more mine. And he goes back in with the flying kick. It's just incredible. So, well, watch it again at full speed. Now, if you look at it in slow-mo, it's weird. Not slow-mo, but he was doing nothing. I think, again, maybe they've targeted him. But look, he doesn't seem to be doing anything. He's not armed. He's got no backpack on. He's got no weapons. And he just walks off. And that copper just grabs him. Look, the copper's grabbed him. And round the back of the neck. I mean, what a way to treat someone. The other copper runs in. Oh, we've got one. I mean, why not any of these people? Now, I don't know the backstory. Now there's 3 coppers lining up to put their boot in. It's amazing. Look at the old Bill. 3 coppers on him. All he had to do was jump over a 1.5 high fence. And he's gone. And that's it. Fuck you. But what's the He's away and he's safe. But we all know that anger. We all know that when you think, fuck you, who are you to put your hand around my neck, ready to arrest me? If he hadn't got away, you know how it works. Bang, bang, bang. And so he went back. We'll watch this in slow-mo. Well, you know what I mean by slow-mo. He does not need another second to think about it. That's what's amazing. Right, I'm going back. Ops over that fence. Look at the jump. Look. Oh, look at the height he's achieved. That's got to be the high jump record. Boom. Oops, didn't expect that coming, did you? Look, there's a copper here, there's a copper here, there's a copper here. They all see it. Look at him flying through the air. Boom, he's down. And then he makes his getaway. I mean, let's face it. There's something. They're not protecting us anymore. That's not their jobs. No one's convinced that that's what they do. Maybe you'll see it in better. I've made it smaller, so maybe it's a bit. We'll have one more watch. I've made it smaller so that the it might look a bit clearer. Oh no, you can barely see it at that size. But you understand these people's anger. Of course you do. It's I just like the way as soon as he got away, he thought, no, fuck it, I'm coming back. I want you to have a little look at this protest in Spain, because this is gargantuan. This looks huge. This is mad as a box of frogs, Steve Turley. But the Spanish are... oops, I've got so many freaking tabs open. Bush, bong, pang, ping. Right, have a look at this. Spain.
Una maravilla. Ay, ay. Claro que sí.
And apparently that went on for miles. It just, there's hundreds of thousands and hundreds of thousands of people out there. Right, hang on a second. Sorry, this is a new information that's just come through. Hang on, we'll have a look at this. We know that we've had a resignation from the Conservative Party today, so this will appear to be an update. I haven't seen this. This has just been sent to me by Rags, so let's have a look, because we are going to have a look at something else which is in relation to this in a minute.
Well, a cabinet minister said to be ready to resign, and this comes amid, unfortunately, even more uncertainty. This coming after, of course, we saw around 100 Conservative MPs rebel against Boris Johnson's government on the Plan B.
Over 100.
For COVID passes, vaccine passports. And we're now seeing reports today that we can't even, just days away for Christmas, we can't even have firm guarantees that there will not be a Christmas lockdown. People have made huge sacrifices in terms of their businesses, their family,
Fucking tell me about it.
their personal lives. And of course, this was all done for a return to
Actually, that sounded a bit cuntish because I know you lot have been through a hell of a lot more than me.
normality. Instead, we are still here with uncertainty for businesses, uncertainty for families this Christmas. Being reported today that Boris Johnson weighing up potentially curbs on household mixing, social distancing.
I mean, is this Brave New World or what? Household mixing? They need to put Abbey Wood Estate back up so that households can't mix.
Measures, potentially even a curfew on pubs and restaurants.
Happy Christmas.
And even maybe another lockdown, surely not. But after that huge Conservative rebellion, it's clear now that opposition to even further restrictions again is being strongly opposed.
It's weird that they're opposing the lockdowns because they've worked really well.
Being widely reported that at least one cabinet minister will resign if the government does go for a full lockdown.
Well, enough of that because one already has. And we're going to have a look at that right now. Hang on, let me find it. Boom. 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 Oh, bollocks. Maybe I haven't got it. Ah, fuck it. I have lost that one. All right, no worries. But one already has. One's gone. Hang on, I've got to show you that. It's part of the shape of the show. It'll be in my history. 1 second. It won't. You know my history doesn't work. Are we ever going to get to positive thinking? The show will start. Let me try and find this fella who's already resigned. Oh, I fucking knew it. Oh, here we go. Lord Frost. Yep, gone. Chief negotiator. Hang on. Let me just get it past the nonsense. I suppose there will do. Oh, fuck it. We might as well just watch the whole thing rather than that. Right, check this out. The sinking ship is started. Here we go.
Not well known publicly, but Lord David Frost was a crucial part of Boris Johnson's government. In charge of the Brexit talks, he negotiated the withdrawal agreement and the trade deal with the EU. But he's now resigned, citing unhappiness with high taxes, the focus on net zero and COVID restrictions.
Thank you.
In his resignation letter to the Prime Minister, Lord Frost said, "You know my concerns about the current direction of travel. I hope we will move as fast as possible to where we need to get to, a lightly regulated, low-tax entrepreneurial economy." While on
a conservative one, you could say.
He took a brave decision in July against considerable opposition to open up the country again. Sadly, it did not prove to be irreversible. At the end of a rocky week for Downing Street that's seen a backbench rebellion and by-election loss, this was the last thing the Prime Minister needed.
This is just the latest example of the government just being all over the place, not just on Brexit, but on COVID. And I think the lack of leadership, the lack of clarity, the lack of steadiness.
Yeah, you get the idea. We don't need to hear these shadow people talking. No, but this puts Britain into a weird position because Labour, not really. Tories, not really. So what happens at the next general? I mean, you know, Britain is ripe for the taking now. Britain is ripe for someone to stand up and say, right, this is what we're going to do. But it doesn't seem to be there. I mean, what do you think, Scrubs? What's going to happen? If people just don't vote, that could be really bad because although the Tories are absolute scum, without a doubt, it will be worse with Labour, guaranteed, like a different level of worse. So, well, yeah, do you know what I mean? Really, you know, someone might win this just by accident, and that's not the way to run a country. So it's kind of worrying. It's kind of worrying. I mean, Doris gets fucked off and an actual Conservative leader steps in his place and actually says, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do this. That could be an option. No, exactly, Paul. I mean, that is a there's Trojan horses as far as I'm concerned with nationalism, but that is at the moment. I think that would probably be the best bet. If at the moment, if Doris got fucked off and someone came forward who was an actual conservative and said, I'm going to do this, boom. I mean, that ain't ideal, but where we are at the moment, do you know what I mean? If someone come forward and said, we're going to try something different with the Couth, we're going to not do this, we're not going to do this, we're going to blah, blah, blah. I don't know. It's, it's ripe for the taking. Okay, I need a little wee-wee. It'll probably be quite a big one, actually. Yeah. See you in a minute. Hallelujah. Right, this is going to be a 38-second break in proceedings because it's all been a little bit heavy. Keep those donations rolling in, people. Absolutely lovely. The rich fucking over the poor. Who would have thought? It's weird, isn't it? What a weird turnout. Moslab says those same words have half of C. Oh, we'll be talking about that in a minute, Moslab, and we can also add Anglo's comment to that. Who'd have thought that CNN would be a hive of what's the word I could use? Diddlers. I mean, who's surprised? We'll have a look at that. I think I've got the cracker on that one. Right, yes, we have. And how interesting that Twitter... Well, we'll get to that in a minute. Let's have a look at this. This is just a bit of fun. I think it's... the show is going to start shortly, people. But I saw this and it tickled me. And, excuse me. I think it might tickle thee too. So if any of you still use Skype, right? If any of you still use Skype, you'll get this. If you don't, you won't. But I think most of you will. Check this out. I love the fact that he bothered. I love the fact that he bothered. And it must have come from him doing that window. That must have been the start of it. He probably went, thought, oh, that sounds a bit, hang on a minute. That's quite something, I thought. Hang on, let me just work out if this one is the one I think it is. It's the same fella. Hang on. Hang on. I'm just wondering whether I'll get a copyright thing for it. This one's amazing because it's got the old what's it called? Talking of diddlers, it's got the old Rolf Harris stylophone in it. So have a listen to this. Same fella. Let me know you can hear it. Cheers, Pax Max. You get the idea. The old stylophone there brought back to life. I remember a girl down my street had one, and I really fancied her as well. Old Karen Downing. And I used to say, "Can I come and play with your stylophone?" And it was such a terrible, noisy thing. But I got to sit near her, and I'd be there going, which was interesting because in many ways my libido was doing much the same thing. Right, let's get over to the United States of America and see what John Barrasso makes of Biden's first year in power. I'll give you a clue. He ain't happy. Let me know you can hear it.
Joe Biden started the year as president by giving a speech saying America is back, and we have been backpedaling ever since. With these new inflation numbers, we're on our backs in terms of the economy. After the disaster of Afghanistan, we know our back is against the wall in international relations. And now we have a president with his so-called Build Back Better bill.
I can't turn it up any louder. It's low recording.
Hardworking families. So the Biden administration took two punches. It was a 1-2 punch this past Friday. One with the inflation numbers, and everyone is feeling those. The people are changing because of inflation, the way they drive, the way they shop, the way they eat. And Joe Biden is turning into the Grinch that stole Christmas.
Did that get louder then?
Everyone is feeling the pain. Wages cannot keep up. And the people who are suffering the most are people living on a fixed income, our seniors, people struggling to get by. And if they pass this reckless tax and spending bill, inflation will get worse. The second punch was that of the full cost of the bill. Once you get rid of all the accounting gimmicks and allow these programs to go forward for a full 10 years, the cost is astronomical. $4.9 trillion and adding $3 trillion to the debt. When I talk to people at home in Wyoming, they are most bothered by what they're paying to fill up with gas and when they go to the grocery store. But those aren't the only things they don't like about the bill. They don't like the content of the legislation with regard to illegal immigrants, amnesty for 6.5 million illegal immigrants, direct paychecks from the government for people who are here in this country illegally. They don't like the fact that there'll be more IRS agents hired, an entire army of IR agents specifically focused on auditing American taxpayers in an effort to try to get more taxpayer dollars and squeeze that out of taxpayers. And they don't like all of the taxes and penalties on oil, gas, and coal, which are going to make it even more expensive to drive or to heat your homes. Those are all things that are really, really problematic in this bill, and American people, when they know all these things about the bill, are overwhelmingly opposed to this legislation. Well, after we get through this year, this inflationary Christmas, people are going to look at Joe Biden as he goes into his second year, and they're going to see a president where inflation is at record high numbers and the president's approval is at record low numbers, and he has earned both.
Now, interestingly enough, Moslab says Manchin needs to hold the line. Now, it was just last week when I think, if I remember rightly, it was Jim Jordan was saying, was it Jim Jordan? Well, one of the, it might have been Ted Cruz, was saying just one Democrat, just one, has to oppose this ridiculous bill, and it doesn't pass. Now, let's have a look at this wonderful clip and read what Moslab said there. I mean, enjoy, people. This is lovely. It would appear that they're not all communists in the Democrat Party. I mean, just enjoy it. 3 minutes of Bliskits. When I saw this, I nearly fell off my fucking chair. If it's quiet, people, I cannot make it any louder. Apologies. Sometimes these things are recorded quietly.
You're done. This is a no.
This is a no. On this legislation, I have tried everything I know to do. And the president has worked diligently. He's been wonderful to work with. He knows I've had concerns.
Well, strong words there from Joe Manchin, who has confirmed he will absolutely not support Biden's bill.
Would tap.
The Biden administration are desperate to pass its Build Back Better bill before the year's end, but we're struggling to gain the vote from Senator Joe Manchin. The West Virginia senator had been on the fence for weeks.
Well done, Joe.
Citing the $1.9 trillion social spending package could
Fuck you.
stroke inflation, which is a major issue already affecting Americans. A recent report found inflation in the US has hit a record 39-year high. Mr. Manchin has publicly been concerned the bill would add extra debt to America's budget.
Oh, you think so?
Joe Biden and Joe Manchin met last week to come to a deal, but it seems the president has not persuaded him. The Build Back Better Act will transform America's social safety net, including establishing a pre-K program and allow families to claim an enhanced child tax credit for another year. It would also allocate $570 billion into climate change mitigation
Free stuff.
measures and boost affordable housing.
Free stuff.
Last month, the US House of Representatives passed the president's reconciliation package. It has now gone to the Senate, but in order for the bill to pass, Democrats need all 50 of their senators to vote in favour of it.
It was Jim Jordan. I can remember him saying it just needs one to say no. Joe Manchin.
Now that Joe Manchin has confirmed it's a firm no from him, Democrats will likely struggle to pass the bill by the end of the year, if at all. With the midterm elections next November,
they're going to be amazing. I can't wait. I'll tell you what, if there was such a thing as time travel, and, you know, you get asked this occasionally, if you could go in a time machine, where would you go? And I'm like, 1845, maybe the Great Exhibition of 1850. Maybe here, maybe here. At the moment, it would be the day before the midterms. That's where I'd go right now. And it would be awesome.
the Biden administration are likely to lose seats to the Republicans, so passing these bills before it potentially loses a majority is incredibly important. But as Joe Manchin explains, he tried everything to get there, but he just couldn't do it in the end.
I love you.
Where I'm at right now, the inflation that I was concerned about, it's not transitory, it's real, it's harming every West Virginian. It's making it almost difficult for them to continue to go to their jobs, the cost of gasoline, the cost of groceries.
He is obviously the senator for West Virginia, and if you don't know,
the cost of utility bills, all of these things are hitting in every aspect of their life. And you start looking at then you have the debt that we're carrying at $29 trillion. You have also the geopolitical unrest that we have. You have the COVID variant, and
by geopolitical unrest. He's talking about a terribly weak America and a China and a neo-Soviets absolutely having it off.
That is wreaking havoc again. People are concerned. I've been with my family. I know everyone's concerned. So when you have these things coming at you the way they are right now, I've always said this, Brett, if I can't go home and explain it to the people of West Virginia, I can't vote for it. And I cannot vote to continue with this piece of legislation. I just...
Yeah. It's so good. It's so good. I really, when I heard that, I was just like, surely I'm dreaming. Oh, you can imagine the rest of those fucking commies going absolutely berserk. They'll be threatening him. They'll be threatening him with, I've got dirt on you. Remember that message you sent me in 92? Oh, remember those photos? We're going to fuck you up. We're going to put paedophilia on your laptop. I wouldn't be surprised if he gets what we could call your Clinton treatment. Oh yeah, you want to wake up with concrete boots at the bottom of the fucking Hudson or something, son? And nah. And I mean, look, you've got to be fair here. You've got to be fair here. He said, if I can't go back home and explain and defend this stuff to his constituents, the West Virginians, I can't vote for it. And credit to him because he's not going to be he's going to be public enemy number one in his own party now. Brilliant. Absolutely fantastic. Couldn't believe it. Right. We'll save that one for a minute. So this is incredible. This is Salty Cracker. So if you don't know, right, two, I've got to be careful with the language. Forgive me. Keep the donations rolling in. It would appear to have dried up. Grego drops 3 into entropy. Harry Miller has just won a court case ruling that police recording tweets as non-crime hate incidents was unlawful. Incredible, Grego. Nice one for your on-the-ground reporting. Let's have a little look at that and see if we can find it. Was that non-crime? Yeah, we've got it. Nice one, Gregorian Chanter. That non-crime hate speech, what kind of oxymoronic nonsense is that? This is a non-crime hate speech. Oh, so what? Hate speech isn't a crime? No, hate speech is a crime. Yeah, but this is a non-crime hate speech, so that's not a crime. No, it's hate speech is a crime. Yeah, but this is a non-crime. What? Yeah, let's have a look at that. Nice one. Thanks for the free bit, Grego, from our man on the ground. Check it out. This is the British Bullshit Corporation. I don't know why that's doing that. Oh, I can't give you all migraines. Let's try again. Maybe that's a BBC trying to prevent me from sharing. Harry Miller, legal victory after alleged transphobic tweets. Look at that. That's the face of someone's having it right off. Harry Miller said the right to be offensive was one of the cornerstones of freedom. An ex-police officer has won a legal challenge against a national policy for forces to record gender-critical views as non-crime hate incidents. Humberside Police, boo. Humberside Police visited Harry Miller in January after a complaint over alleged transphobic tweets he made. It was recorded on a national database as a non-crime hate incident. Why the fuck are you recording it if it's a non-crime? Is that what the police do now? The police record non-crimes. Well, they're going to be fucking busy because all you in England at the moment, you're not doing crimes. They better. I wonder if they're recording them. But the Court of Appeal ruled on Monday the guidance was wrongly used and it had a chilling effect on Mr. Miller's freedom of speech. Speaking outside of court, Mr. Miller said being offensive was one of the cornerstones of freedom. Being offensive is not and cannot and should not be an offence. Only when speech turns to malicious communication or targeted harassment against an individual should it be a problem. Good call, Harry, and good call, Grego. I wonder how that will affect Twitter then. Because speaking of Twitter, hang on a minute. Lovely. Nice one, Ed. Hello, Ed. Been a while. Hi to you. Hi, Chris. New York is locking down again and a ghost town. Came back from Florida, which is 100% open. Businesses making lots of money. Go Ron DeSantis. Yeah. Isn't it weird when in the same country you've seen those two things? One, wrecked, ruined. And don't forget, with lockdowns, when you say businesses making a lot of money and in New York, businesses not making a lot of money, it's the small businesses that suffer. It's the small ma and pa businesses. It's the small to medium enterprise ones that suffer, while the big corporates, they're loving this because all the little ones are disappearing. They can ride out the burn. But the small businesses can't. Fuck, we're fucked. And so when it's all over, they're all gone, and all the corporations like, lovely. More monopolies, more monopolization. I see it out here. There's no lockdown out here. There's fucking business. I've seen 1, 2, 3, 4. I've seen 5 businesses within walking distance in about 5 minutes from my drum open in the last couple of weeks. And they're packed out every night. I've seen 4 hotels go up on that road, that one, and 2 there. So there's 2 there, 2 on that one, and 1 just over there. Who builds hotels in the middle of a bubonic plague? People who know there's not much of a bubonic plague, perhaps, in Minecraft. Nice one, Ed. Thanks for the donation as well. So, on the back of that, because that's quite interesting alone. Now, CNN, the people who are struggling to get 1 million views at prime time. The one where Don Lemon is in court for allegedly sticking his hands down some bloke's trousers and then making him sniff his fingers. Lovely, Don. Allegedly. Fredo, I always think of the chocolate bar. Fredo's gone. Bye. Just falling apart. Now, if you don't know, there's now 2 pedo. Oh, God, I've said it. I meant Speedo, the swimming pants, Speedos, CNN. One of the, and these are top brass as well. These ain't like, little minions who are cleaning up or whatever. These are top brass. One bloke wrote to a woman he was having an affair with, asking for photos of her and her daughter. The daughter's 14. I think she's 14. Yeah. Oh, hello. Maybe send me some pictures of you and your daughter. Oh, what? Like when we went to the zoo at the weekend? No, I meant in your bedroom naked, you dirty bitch. It's just shocking. And then another one. Now, that isn't even the story. This is the amazing thing. That's not the story. The story is no one's talking about it. Project Veritas is talking about it. Oh, no. Not on Twitter, Project Veritas ain't. Why not? Because Twitter got rid of Project Veritas' Twitter account. No, stop telling everyone that the left are pedos. You're letting the cat out the bag. It's fucking ridiculous. This from Salty Cracker. Check it out. Mind-blowing stuff.
While we're denouncing, let me ask you about QAnon. It is this theory that Democrats are a satanic pedophile ring and that you are the savior of that. Now, can you just once and for all state that that is completely not true and that disavow QAnon in its entirety?
20 minutes later. Coming on the heels of last week's arrest of CNN producer John Griffin, on multiple counts of trying to elicit unlawful sexual activity with minors.
Right, let's just hear what he said there. Let's just have that again and listen closely, right? I mean, Project Veritas are the only journalists working in America at the moment. Listen to what he actually said. It's mind-blowing.
Last week's arrest of CNN producer John Griffin on multiple counts of trying to elicit unlawful sexual activity with minors. The subject of our story is another CNN producer whom had an ongoing relationship with our source for over a decade.
I believe it is a satanic cult run by the deep state.
All right, friends. Well, take number 2 over here. Shot this whole video without recording the video. That's the kind of thing we run into over here. But we'll fix that by going out and buying some Project Veritas gear, my friends. Why? Because Project Veritas is the only legitimate journalistic outlet out there. How do I know this? Well, they're the only one catching these people. Look at this, right? We've now gone, I don't know, has it been 17 hours, 24 hours since we got a pedophile drop over at CNN? How many of these people are working at CNN? I'm thinking a lot. I'm thinking.
Isn't it incredible, though? Isn't it incredible? I mean, why is no one surprised? Why is no one surprised? And you know, if you're in that game, and I reckon people know. I reckon they know, and they just keep it hush up because they're progressives. Oh no, you know, Nambler and all that. You know, well maybe it's his choice. Well, you know what? Rumbled. Oh, it gets worse. Strap yourselves in.
I'm thinking a ton, actually, because here you got another situation. A few days ago, you found this one pedophile at CNN, alleged pedophile. Let's be careful, I don't want to get sued. And then a few days later, Project Veritas goes, we got another one over here, too. This one, here's a producer for Jake Tapeworm. This guy right here, he's a pedophile. And we actually have the audio because the woman who was in a relationship with this scumbag, she recorded this dude with his voice messages and recorded phone calls. And this son of a bitch, 25th layer of hell is where he's going. He's sitting there going, hey, I moved that big old refrigerator for you. You're not going to, I don't know, send me some. I don't even want to say it because holy shit, this is so bad. But anyway, he's like, I can't get some mom and daughter action. The daughter's like 14 years old, bro. And you have to know that you're dating the mom. You know exactly what's going on.
Oh, can you imagine? Oh, I moved that fridge for you. How about some pictures of you and your 14-year-old? She taped it. She recorded it. Imagine him now. You know what happens in American federal prisons for nonces? Yeah. It's KOS. Yeah. Kill on sight. Yeah. Bye.
Going on. He wanted mom and daughter nudes. And he's saying this on the phone with the one. He ain't even trying to hide this. And she's sitting there going, whoa, I found a creep. I tried to get him arrested by the FBI, but the FBI ain't interested in arresting kid fuckers lately. It's very weird. Of course they're not. It's the same FBI and the Department of Justice and all these other alpha agencies that literally just raided a pedophile blackmail ring Epstein Island, a known kid fucker sex trafficker with terabytes worth of data on that island. We're talking about rows and rows and rows of VHS tapes. They confiscated all of that. Not a single person's been arrested. Rudy Giuliani has a laptop with Hunter Biden banging little kids, child porn on there. He tried to give that to the FBI. The FBI raided his entire office, and it's the only thing the FBI didn't want because they already had a copy of it, and they know what's going on. They don't want to arrest anyone. None of these people are getting arrested, and they're all working for the Department of Justice, the FBI. They're working for CNN. And nobody wants to say anything. So, CNN, you're full of kid fuckers, allegedly. Over here, we got these motherfuckers on tape. And nobody seems to want to say anything. Nobody wants to turn them in. What are the chances, what are the odds that all of these people who are into kids just happen to work for CNN on acts like this is some sort of random universe? No.
It's much like the Rittenhouse shootings, isn't it? Who'd have thought that a load of left-wing BLM supporters, you end up shooting 4 of them, and like there's one nonce, 2 domestic, I can't even remember what the fucking word is, but you know what I mean? They were all like grotty criminals. What a surprise. I bet there's people at CNN at the moment fucking deleting their computers like you've never known.
These people are going there for a reason because they know everybody's cool with it. It's full of kid fuckers and kid fucker enablers, and it's more than just CNN and the FBI's asshole. You're going to see that in a second. But here you have Project Veritas. They interview this woman over here. She gives them the receipts, gives them the messages. Whole articles are being written about this on our side, by the way.
RMF, they do keep them separate, but don't think that the guards don't allow certain things to happen. Without a doubt, I know a lot about that. They are kept separate because they know what's going to happen to them, but the guards open doors and say, you might want to just pop down into the gym for a couple of minutes. And people do. And yeah, no, they don't last long out there.
No, mainstream media press ain't talking about this. All of these people who are supposed to be in competition with CNN, MSNBC, Fox, all of these places, none of them want to talk about it. Cuz, I'm thinking, their floor managers, their floor directors, their producers, all of those people in the control room, I guess they into the same type of stuff, boys. I have to assume that because ain't nobody turning these motherfuckers in other than Project Veritas. She's over here dropping all of these tapes. Project Veritas, what they do is they create a Twitter account called Investigate CNN where they can dump all of this information. Guess what happens? Of course you know what happens. They get fucking...
So he kind of missed a bit there. So Project Veritas, who also got raided by the FBI, like, what? Hang on, what? For journalism? Oh, sorry, I forgot. Unless you're a left-wing activist, you get raided by the FBI now for doing journalism? Hey, nice one, America. But so they set up an account on Twitter especially for this. And if you've got any information, pop it on there. And they were going to put all their stuff on there. Look at that screen right there. Account suspended. What? Investigate CNN. What? Why? Why are you, and Donald Trump Jr. said, so CNN is refusing to be transparent with the public about the full-blown paedophilia scandal unfolding at their network, and Twitter responds by checking notes protecting CNN. Twitter suspended the account Project Veritas used to post their video exposing CNN and Jake Tapper's producer, Rick Sullivan, fantasizing about an underage girl. Account suspended. Twitter. It's just mind-blowing. No. You can't have journalism, not on Twitter, please. I mean, you can if it's against the right, anything right. No, fuck it. Well, you don't even need to prove that. You don't even need evidence if it's against the right. Just say it, get it out there. But if you've done some actual journalism, no, this is Twitter. No, the whole thing is a toxic shithole. Twitter is the digital version of those housing estates we looked at earlier. Now, don't worry, people. The show is going to start very shortly. All your donations have been Machano Capriccia Tutu. Where do we go from that? I think this will be good. So, Joe Biden, you can't even say it, can you? Joe Biden, President of the United States. This is his attitude. I'm not going to show you the whole thing. This is from the Next News Network, but I'll just show you what he said. Just show you the attitude this bloke has got about the incredible damage he's done in a year to the United States. The big ones, gone from energy independence to begging OPEC. Not only are they begging OPEC, they've put European energy in the hands of Putin. Putin's got Europe by the balls. They've got Miley ringing up fucking China. America's if you're not energy independent, you are weak in a military situation. So that's why Putin's neo-Soviets and China, that's why the neo-Soviets are getting into Ukraine. 140,000 troops they've got at that border, I've heard now, plus all the hardware. You've got China sending fighters and bombers around Taiwan for reunification. Why wouldn't they? America's weak. And they know that. So fuck it. While the cat's away, the mice will play or something like that. So there's the energy independence. There's the southern border. Just come in. Just keep coming. Just keep coming. You know, that's their political strategy, by the way. They know they cannot win the next election. The Democrats have shown themselves for what they are. That is communists. They cannot win another election in America unless they keep importing. We're going to give you free stuff. Want $500,000? Come in. Have some anchor babies. Quick. That is without a doubt their political strategy. You know, I haven't even mentioned the ultra high inflation. It's like 30, 40 years record high inflation. It's just been an absolute shit show. So imagine being an American. All that going on, right? The fucking price of petrol, gas, they call it. And then your president says this, and it's worth waiting to the end of this insanity that this fucker, just the God, the way he just, I'll show it to you. Hang on, sorry, I fucked the audio. The disdain, that's the word I was looking for. The disdain this piece of shit has to the American people. Check it.
And so everybody talks about freedom and not to have a shot or have a test. Well, guess what? How about patriotism? How about making sure that you're vaccinated so you do not spread the disease to anybody else? What about that? What's the big deal?
I mean, we ain't got time because the show's going to start in a minute. We haven't even got time to delve into how about patriotism. What? We're going to have an endless stream of immigration coming through the southern border, an endless stream. And for the first time, the Caucasian will be the minority in the USA. And that is a good thing. That's what that patriot said on video. You can all find the clip. He said it. And that's a good thing. Right. And then he talks about patriotism. Mum, me head hurts. And then, what's the big deal? Fucking hell. What's the big deal? Come on, it's only Big Pharma. Get it in. Get it in you. And then it's your kids. Oh, and there's another one. Oh, you're going to need another one and another one. Go fucking do it. What's the big deal? You're fucked. You're fucked. You do what you're fucking told. Because it'll be the gulags for you otherwise. Unbelievable. What's the big deal? Freedom, Joe. That's the big deal. And it's a fucking big deal. It's just mind-blowing. Something from Memology 101, as we regularly have on this show. Have a look at this. It's along the same lines. It's only 42 seconds. Enjoy.
For the unvaccinated, you're looking at a winter of severe illness and death.
I'm just doing this because I have to. Because if I don't do this, I don't know where this insane energy is going to go. Say that. Go on. I'll give it to you again, so you can. Yeah, he said that. I mean, look, I'm no scientist. This is for entertainment purposes only, but that's excellent, Shane. I mean, yeah. I mean, the figures would suggest otherwise. In Minecraft, I'm talking about, obviously. Fucking shocking. Yeah, we'll have it again because it's just amazing.
For the unvaccinated, you're looking at a winter of severe illness and death.
Oh, there's old Fauci up there. Remember when he got elected? He didn't. Oh, he didn't get elected. There you go. Yeah, what a surprise. Fucking hell. People talk about, when I was talking to Wozy the other day, and he said, when we look back on this period, and it'll be like, what the fuck was going on? No, there's no looking back on this period. People know right now. People know right now. That's why everywhere's erupting. There's more. There's more.
For yourselves, your families, and the hospitals you may soon overwhelm.
This is Stalinism. This is Stalinism. This is the winter of our discontent, and you're gonna murder your families, your children, you got Lady Macbeth's blood on your hands, you selfish bastards. Get it. You're going to lose your fucking job. You're going to not be able to pay your fucking mortgage. You're not going to be able to go into anywhere. You're not going to be able to go anywhere. Fucking get it. Because we've got the numbers. Look. If you... hang on. Anyway. The only numbers you've got is fucking how much they're fucking making. Shocking. There's more.
Oh, sorry. I can't hear you. Yeah, the window is up. See?
Unvaccinated, we are looking at a winter of severe illness and death for unvaccinated. For themselves, their families, and the hospitals they'll soon overwhelm.
Bruh. Fucking hell.
You think I'm here to play around with y'all? God damn it, I'm not.
It's amazing. Yeah, I'm going to be on I'm on a program later. Have you got anything to say? Yeah, that line. Hello? Oh, you need one? Yeah, just say the same line. No, it's fine. No, it's heavy. Yeah, there you go. Get ready for those gulags, people. Get ready for those gulags. They're coming to a USA near you. Fucking hell. And look, let's see where we are at the end of winter. And what are they going to say then when you say, hang on a minute, you said this, but now we're past that, it would seem not to be what you said. Well, now we've got the Zonacron variant. Now we've got the Flanarchitucci variant. Right, I think we need a little bit of lightening up before the show starts. Hayden drops $5 English into Entropy, and he says, "Merry Griftmas." Nice one, Hayden. Thank you, Hayden. That's much appreciated. Let's have a little bit of light relief, although it's a bit of a double-edged sword of relief. If you know, I know a lot of you do know Mark Dice's channel because I put it on here. At the moment, as far as I'm concerned, Salty Cracker and Mark Dice are probably the two best YouTubers talking about the American situation at the moment. He occasionally does this thing where he goes down to the beach and just asks people things like, do you know who Joe Biden is? And it's just shocking. The responses are shocking. So I won't watch all of this because it's not my content, but I think we need to have a little bit of levity. Although, like I said, it's a bit of a double-edged sword because while you're laughing, you're also like, what the fuck has happened to these people? Here we go. This is Mark Dice down at the beach.
Talking about books today.
No, man, I don't
read
read
any
books.
Nah. Who needs those? What's the overall theme of George Orwell's 1984?
Huh?
It's talking about the world.
The book, 1984.
Can you believe that geezer? And that is actual mansplaining. That geezer, I'll play it back in a minute. That geezer looks at his woman and goes, he's talking about the world. What? Her life, their lives are so small, so ridiculously unengaged with anything out of their tiny worlds. When Mark Dice says, what's the major theme of one of the most famous novels ever written? The man says he's talking about the world. Oh, right. So, so what? It's not on Instagram? It's not on Twitter? Oh, sorry. I haven't got a fucking clue about any of that stuff. I'll play that again so you can see that little detail.
Huh?
It's talking about the world.
The book, 1984, by George Orwell. Tell me something about it.
Nobody has the right answer.
Either do
Anything
you.
about the book?
Apparently.
Character in the book, a theme, something that happened.
I've never even heard of said book.
Who wrote Huckleberry Finn, the book?
I have no idea.
No.
No.
Name a character from Huckleberry Finn. The book, the novel.
I don't know. I'm not sure.
That's incredible. Name a character from Huckleberry Finn. Jesus.
Sure.
You ever heard of that book?
Yeah.
Name a character from Tom Sawyer.
I've never read that or
Oh,
watched
you never
that.
read
No.
Name a character from the book Moby Dick. Oof. It's a big literary classic. I don't.
Call me Ishmael. It's the first fucking line.
I don't think I could. No. What is George Orwell best known for?
A long speech.
A long speech. No.
No, was it for broadcasting the world's coming to an end and everybody thought
No,
it
that's
was
Orson
real?
Welles. Where
Although weirdly, Orwell is known more for 1984, but I think The Road to Wigan Pier is the better book. I have to say, out of the two dystopian novels that we all know, 1984 and Brave New World. For me, Brave New World nails it because in Brave New World, everything's all right. Everything's all right. I mean, it's the same. It's the same as 1984, but 1984's got a kind of predictable kind of downtrodden sort of, and it's all grimy and grotty. Whereas Brave New World, it's like Disneyland out here. You're a bit upset, get some fucking drugs in you, get some soma up your head. But I do think The Road to Wigan Pier, if you haven't read it, it'll have you in tears when you find out about how those people lived, and it's really quite something. You think you've got it hard today? Fuck me, man. I got very emotional reading The Road to Wigan Pier. Anyway, continue, Mr. Dice, because it's cracking me up.
he did the alien invasion thing, yeah.
Crap.
Yeah. What's the overall theme of George Orwell's 1984 novel?
1984?
Yeah.
I don't know. It's been a while since I've read that book.
You liar!
It's a very popular novel. It's back on the bestseller list.
Yeah.
Just give me some feel for.
So it's been a long time since I've read that book. How many times? Give me a 1 in the chat if you've asked someone about a book and they've said, it's a long time ago, and they haven't read it. I reckon we've all heard that. Hang on, there was something else that I was going to say there. It wasn't going to be that. Hang on a minute. Oh, maybe I'll remember if we watch that back again. Hang on. I'll remember in a minute.
George Orwell's 1984 novel.
1984?
Yeah.
I don't know. It's been a while since I've read that book.
It's a very popular novel. It's back on the bestseller list.
Yeah.
Just give me some feel for the book. What happened in that book?
It's hard for me to remember, to be honest.
Hard to remember.
Yeah.
Doesn't it have to do with the war or?
Well, sort of. The
Okay.
war with Eurasia.
Right.
We were always at war with Eurasia. What does that mean?
To be.
How do you not know about this? I mean, fucking hell. Fucking hell. This isn't even about knowing about literature. This.
I don't know. Sorry.
What's the central theme of the book Mein Kampf?
Oh, I haven't read that.
Oh, you haven't read that?
No, I haven't.
Have you heard about it?
I have not heard about it. But it's good to be on TV. Hi, guys.
So real quick, who wrote the book Mein Kampf?
Who wrote my copy?
For you, I'm asking you.
Oh.
Who wrote Mein Kampf?
I have. Oh, I want to say.
No help. Yeah, who wrote Mein Kampf? Reading any books?
I am actually, yeah.
Which book?
It's a World War II history by Craig Simons. It's a good book.
History buff over here. Well,
nothing about that, but working on it.
You're allowed to do that today, I suppose. Yeah. We haven't banned history books yet. We're talking about books today. Name the author of a nonfiction book.
I don't know how to pronounce his name. I guess Dr. Seuss is a nonfiction book.
No, those are fiction.
Oh, those are fiction. I get them mixed up.
Talking about books today.
Books? I read books.
What's the last book you read?
I don't want to be on camera. It's called Franklin and Washington.
Oh, you're reading history books.
Yes, I am.
That's allowed now, still, I suppose.
It's allowed still. Thank goodness.
You know,
it's allowed.
They're banning books. Amazon's banning some books.
They're banning books.
Banned books. So.
And they have the right to do that because they're a private company, right?
Yeah, it is their right. I mean, whether it's morally right, that's another question.
But they're a business. But they're a business. They can do whatever they want.
So you would agree that if somebody owned a restaurant, they could refuse service to black people?
That's different. No, but there are laws that actually protect that from happening.
So you don't support a business's right to then make the decisions that they want to. Then obviously
well, not any business can't make any decision that they want to. They can't tell you that you have to work for $2 an hour, for example.
So you support a bookstore, private bookstore, banning certain books, but you don't allow a private restaurant from banning certain people?
Absolutely. Totally different issues.
Because you're totally.
This probably won't get in the final cut.
Oh, you know, you'd be surprised. We like to put hypocrites in, little into the videos. Anything else?
There you go. That's enough. It's not my content. It's fucking funny stuff. Good Lord, is that the time? It's gone midnight here. We're going to have one more from Memology, I think. Right, listen. If you like reading short stories, I have a Substack. There's 14 stories in the archive. Link in the description. I'll never monetize it, so you can read all those stories. They're short stories. They're between like about 1,000 words, and some of them are 10,000 words. If you want to support this channel, you can. That really helps me if you sign up. If you subscribe to it, like I say, it's not monetized. Any new ones I write will get sent straight to your email. So do that if you like reading short stories. They're cracking. They're true stories from my hideous life. Might not be your cup of tea, but they've got loads of views. One of them's on about 6,000. The one before last had nearly 2,000 reads in the first 24 hours after I uploaded it. So, yeah, that's me shilling my Substack. Let's have a look at something that actually was put out by the White House. The White House is a place that used to make political decisions there. Hang on a minute, I forgot the freaking audio. Here we go. Boom, bang, ting, tang, toom, go. So you'd think things were pretty serious. You'd think it was, there's a few problems going on in America. Let's see what's going on in the White House.
Bing bong. Are you vaccinated? Yes, sir.
This is real, people. This isn't a joke. This is something the White House put out.
Hey, yo. Who's the president, man? Who's the president? Byron. Who's the president? Byron. What do you want to tell Joe Biden right now? What's up, baby? Take me out to dinner.
Do we get it?
We got it. Bruh.
Well, this is why we all came to Washington. It's like an episode of a TV show.
Yeah, you're fucking right. It is. Well, that was wonderful, people. Okay, I'm going to do this. I'm going to press a couple of buttons like this. I'm going to press that. I'm going to go down here. I'm going to rack up this song. People, it's midnight here. I have to get on with my novel. I've got to cook a steak as well. I'd like to thank everyone who donated. I'd like to thank Rags especially for helping me out with the clips so much lately. I'd like to thank Rags and Moslab for looking after the place. I'd like to thank all the donations. I'd like to thank all you lot for keeping busy and chatting and engaging with what I said. I do try and stream twice a day. Subscribe if you're not subscribed. Please have a look at my Substack. That'll really help me. I'm going to play a song from one of my old bands. It's a bit of a favourite around here. It will only be one song tonight. It was a bit indulgent yesterday, wasn't it? It might be two. If you want to throw a couple of quid at the channel, you still got a couple of minutes. Thank you all. It's a real pleasure and a privilege to be able to stream and have viewers. I will see you about 8:30, 9:30 UK time tomorrow morning. Take care. If I get a lot of work done on my novel, there might be a bonus stream at about 3 a.m. We'll see. I'll have to see how much work I've got to do on some other things as well. Look after yourselves. Take care. Bless you all. Don't forget to tell the people you love that you love them, because we tend to forget and they need to know. This is called New Shoes. Ta-da! Fuck you, Grego. You know too much.
I'm stupid, I'm lazy, but in the discotheque I still look crazy. Love me, baby, I only tell lies cause the truth escapes. Summertime, we can get new shoes. I'll have brown and you can get the blues. I'm knackered, I'm fading, but in the right light I still look vaguely human. Happy it won't be long before we cave in. Summertime, we can get new shoes. I'll have brown and you can get the blues. You can get the blues. Don't worry about my heroin addiction, it's only slight. I need you, love you, and I feel the same again tonight. Summertime, we can get new shoes. I'll have brown and you can get the blues. You can get the blues. You can get the blues. You can get the blues.
I'll pop the link to the SoundCloud in the chat. I am going to play another one. I'm gonna play one that I don't usually play. I'm gonna play this one. Hang on, not that one. I'm gonna play this one. Not that one. Yeah, bit of rock and roll.
Weird eye, strange back, good looking, kick me, I'm sick. What, hey, it's a nice day, so when did you get that face? Goodbyes, never seem to matter, buy yourself a drink and throw the kids out. Guy wide, wild inside, the words are yours, but the meaning's mine. Yeah, let the good times roll. Yeah, let the good times roll. Yeah, let the good times roll. I'm stupid, do you wanna kiss me? Sweet shops around the block, we arrive on our backs, but we leave by the dock. Make a sound, make it virtual, Noah's Ark was a bit of a circle. That's it, any way you like it less. If you try and fight it, fight time if you can't have mine. I thought we could have been Bonnie and Clyde. Yeah, let the good times roll. Yeah, let the good times roll. Yeah, let the good times roll. I'm stupid, do you wanna kiss me?
All right, look out for the secret bonus stream. It might only be half hour, might be an hour, might not happen at all. I've got to do some work to save my business. And I've got to work on my novel. So if you don't see that little thing come through, I'll see you tomorrow morning. Take care, everyone.